this technique is it's a fake watercolor technique. I just want to set this light. So I just want to see that. Okay, so all you need to do is the outline, yeah? And where's your soft brushes? I need your nylons.
Nylon.
Okay, now with
yes, the
watercolor,
nylons, all these ones.
these ones are hard.
Those are basically all my nylons.
Okay, so there's more than one. So obviously this is not real watercolor. We're faking it. So there's more than one way to do it. The first way to do it is you wet your surface first. Then you take your color and you bleed your color into where you want to go. So now when you take the next color, let's say I'm taking the yellow, it bleeds over each other. Can you see that? The other way of doing it is I take the color without wetting the paper first, paint it on, then I take my water and I bleed my water and it softens the edge. Can you see that? So there's many different, and also the thing is you want to do different layers. So the trick is to have the different colors over each other. So it's not, again, I must reiterate, this is not real watercolor. We're faking it.
Okay, now watercolor, is it a specific paint?
Yeah, it's watercolor paint. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then we're just using normal paint.
We're using normal paint, we're faking watercolor. So this is not real watercolor.
But it's similar to glazing.
Yeah, it's a little bit similar to glazing, except for the fact that I'm letting the paint run. That's the whole thing. Now what you can do, what works really well is if you dry it in between, and then what happens when you put the next color on. So let's say I want to add now a bit of shadow. So now again I can either wet it first or I can put the shadow. So when I put the paint on without wetting the paper first, I'm getting a more direct kind of line. Can you see that? If I wet it now, I bleed it. If I put the paint on by first wetting the paper or the canvas and then putting it over, then it bleeds more. Can you see that? And I can bleed colors. Look there. I'm just dabbing. Can you see how interesting that looks? I'm dabbing colors. So you don't get a specific brush stroke. You're basically letting the water doing the work for you. You see that? It's a very nice technique. And obviously the more colors you use, look there. Now obviously this paper is very thin, and you get like all these interesting things happening. So you want that to happen. So you don't want to change that. And then obviously you're going to get secondary.
Like a marble look.
Yeah, like a marble. So you're going to get secondary colors then where the different colors are bleeding into each other. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit. So I would recommend using a hairdryer and drying so that you can do more layers over each other. I'm just going to work a bit in the background and I'm going to show you the blotting over here. Okay, so let me paint this so long. I'm going to do this with, I'm just going to paint the color over there. So this is for the blotting. So this one is going to be watercolor, this one, and this is blotting. It's just techniques. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry so long. Look at this interesting stuff happening there. So I can carefully add more, take away, add more, take away. So let's do red on this side. It's a very nice technique just to play around. Like it's also a very nice technique if you want to start off your painting and you don't know what to do. So this is like happy accidents that's going to happen in here, and all kinds of things are going to happen that you can use then in your painting. So I'm wetting this now, the paper first. Now I'm putting the red onto the wet paper. So what the watercolorists do, they normally have special paper and they drop the paper into the water, then they put it onto a board and they paste it down with special tape. So they're stretching the paper, so the paper then can absorb water without crinkling like ours does. And we're just using cheap stuff for now. So then I'm going to use like a light yellow there. So the nice thing about this, which you cannot do with watercolor, is we can actually mix white or a lighter color, like here I've mixed yellow with white to create lighter colors. So let's say I want more light in there. And can you give me another blue? This blue is very insipid.
I don't know what.
So do you look at full and light, or are you just drawing?
No, I'm actually looking at the light here.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to make that masonry a little bit stronger. So now I'm going over. I'm still. Okay, just borrow one, please, like a fellow or something. The other thing that works nicely with this technique is, now remember, when we work with acrylic, we generally work dark to light. When you work with a watercolor type of thing like this, we work from light to dark. This is a much better blue. This is a phthalo blue. So look at that beautiful blue color. So I'm still looking, I'm looking there at where I see the shadows and stuff. Because the paper is so wet, it's easily absorbing the colors now. You see? I'm wetting that. Look how lovely it bleeds. So you want that sort of bleedy kind of feel. So I'm going to make this darker here. Yeah.
And there's people that paintings are just like that.
Yeah, you can paint just like this. Or you can combine it. You can combine it with any other technique. This is a very nice technique to start a painting with. This paint that you've got here is what is it, heritage or something? Okay. It's very the colors are very faded.
Okay, I think what I will do is get some more of that you recommended
get
the last
Zalco,
one.
yeah, because the color never, there's too much additives in the paint, so it's not strong enough, the color. It doesn't matter how strong you try and make it. So you can see, look at this. It's much more intense because there's more pigment in it. So I'm adding the shadow now. It's still very wet. But now look at these effects you're getting here. So you can't get that effects with the other techniques. So I'm going to add the white. So I'm adding white into my yellow to create my highlight. So it does take away some of what's underneath. But look, it's so thin. Look at how nice it looks. And I can over that do something else again. So this is my dark side, so I want to lighten this side. Get this.
So you just go over it until you're happy.
Yeah, until you're happy. Yeah, you know, it's a very soft technique. It's very soft. So you're not using a brush. You're almost going hard, soft with the brush.
So this is almost not like pastel colors, but it's got that softness. It's not going to be a deep, dark effect.
No, it's going to be soft like this. So now I put the yellow over the white again. That way it sort of bleeds into each other. It's nice. Eh? It's very nice.
So how many layers can you put on before?
Well, the thing you need to watch it. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying, if you're worried it's going to become a mess, then dry it.
Okay. But it also probably depends on what colors you use.
Yeah. Give me a piece of newspaper, please.
Newspaper.
No, not this, because I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to show you what to... Okay, so this is watercolor. Now we're going to blot. With blotting, just give me a piece.
One piece. Okay.
So with blotting, what I do is I've got another layer. Then I put the next color over that layer. Then I take my newspaper. Then I remove Now, can you see it comes through? Then ideally dry that. So I'm just going to do, like, say, another color at the top. But don't go ding, 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 because you're going to destroy what you're doing.
This is only once.
Yeah, only do it once. So let's say here I want to. So you can build this thing up in pieces. So I don't have to do the whole thing. I can decide I only want to do that piece, blot that piece. Then I can decide I only want to do the bottom piece. And you need your paint here to be a little bit thicker. Can you see the paint is a little bit thicker? Now I'm going to say do the red again, blue. And so you build it up and build it up and build it up. But I would also suggest to definitely dry in between. What are you guys doing in the back here?
Sorry, it's too far.
Can you see it's starting to create all these interesting patterns? And then over that you can glaze again, which is fantastic. So I can be very specific where I put my detail. So the trick is that you're going to reveal what's underneath. It almost it starts looking like a collage.
Do you ever use this technique?
Me?
Yeah.
I do. In my paintings. I use all the stuff I teach you guys. You see, it's starting to create a very nice feel there. And you just keep going and keep going. And obviously, like here, it would be nice to have lots of different colors. So I would suggest your hot and your cold red, your hot and your cold yellow, your hot and your cold blue, because now we're limited to the fact that we've only got this one blue that we can use. The one red that we can use. I'm just going to use a bit of this paint spray just for fun. See there? It's almost like a whole bunch of stamps over each other. So this is a lot more intense. Yeah, this is very intense, where that's very soft. That's fun, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to do this.